Hola mi gente, hoy vamos a hacer el video que les prometí y les quería decir que en un momento no podía hacer el video porque me fui a un lugar, no sé qué era, yo se me olvidó el nombre de ese lugar, estoy enseñando de no sé qué cosa y ahorita estoy en mi casa y ahorita sí para grabar el video y bueno, ahorita vamos a comenzar. Bueno, comencemos. Bueno, el primer video que vamos a reaccionar es de Nodlees. Me dijo mi amiga Mini Raptor, que yo reaccione a este. Y entonces ya lo busqué. Y entonces vamos a reaccionarlo. Bueno, ahora sí, vamos a reaccionarlo. A ver. Bueno, comenzamos chido. No entiendo por qué está así como todo chido, no sé. O sea, elegí este video solo para reaccionarlo, pero no sé. O sea, yo lo voy a calificar y si me gusta, pues lo califico bien. Ay, me falló un poco, en esto. Bueno, ahora sí vamos a seguir. ¡A la madre! ¡Chocó! Espera. ¡Chocó esa madre!
The concept of getting into a big metal thing and going fast has been around for slightly longer than video games. And so when gaming started to take off, racing was one of the first genres we started to dabble with. In fact, Space Race was the second game released by Atari, after Pong. Very ahead of its time. Throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we can see a wide array of games from various developers and publishers trying their hand at portraying the field.
No sé inglés, o sea, sí sé, pero muy poco.
Of cargo fast. To say that most of these games, especially the 2.5D ones, are kind of lame by today's standards would be very reductive and correct. With the rise of 3D, though, there's an immediate difference in the way racing games look and feel. Obviously. You had your winning runs, your virtual racers, your ridge racers, then whack! Need for Speed. Sorry. Road and Track presents The Need for Speed. This monolithic, multi-million-dollar cash cow of an intellectual property exists purely because EA was sponsored by Road and Track. You know, the car magazine? What? Don't tell me you don't read! You know, whatever. You are forgiven. This time. Honestly, the cars and the racing aren't all I want to talk about here. What I really want to talk about, and what I think you'll get a kick out of, is how on the one hand, the series has some of the best, goofiest, dumbest shit on the planet, and on the other, how incredibly influential it was despite, or maybe because of that. Pretty much every single Need for Speed game can tell you something about game design, car culture, and culture in general, circa year of release. Also, you might want to stick around to the end. The last game is by far the most fun to talk about. For now, though, let's start from the top. Need Speed! Holy shit! This game is amazing. It has everything. Killer music, pictures of cars, immersive chases. Okay. And a pretty solid handling model. Playing it for the first time in 2021, I gotta say I kinda like how it feels. It's a lot slower and more methodical than most of its contemporaries, but it's definitely not a simulation. I like the balance, even if I am very bad. What's really interesting from a design angle, though, is how simple everything is. For example, there are exactly no customization options. Like, not even the fucking color. Progression, something that would later come to define the entire series, did not exist here, and would not for years to come. It's so quaint by today's standards, but back then a handful of cars, tracks, and a decent handling model was pretty much all you needed. A simpler time. Hi, my name's Noodle, but you might know me better as mildly successful YouTube sellout.
Yo digo que no está tan mala animación. Y yo digo que se parece a... Ay, no me acuerdo cómo se llama este. Pero se parece a uno de esos youtubers que yo conozco.
If there's one thing I hate, it's gamers. If there's two things I hate, it's gamers. And being unable to watch Airbud Golden Receiver on Netflix. That's why I use today's sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. Many VPNs today have questionable marketing and questionable security. I have turned down several offers from others for this reason. That's right. PIA genuinely does some pretty cool stuff, though. They've proven in court more than once that they don't log anything. Their apps are open source. They even give you direct command line access. Wow! Here is a cow code. It's real, try it. Getting started with private internet access is easy and can be used on up to 10 devices at once. And with technical support available 24/7, you're sure to be saying to yourself, wow, this sure is a VPN. Browse in confidence with PIA's 30-day money-back offer, guaranteed. Here's how to order.
Visit https://www.privateinternetaccess.com/noodle. Visit now to order your copy of Private Internet Access VPN for less than $2 a month and 4 extra months completely free. Click now.
So anyway, a lot of people were divided by the first game's slower and more grounded approach to racing. It was enough of a gripe from enough people that EA would course correct. Like with cars. With Need for Speed 2. There are either 2 or 3 driving modes in this game, depending on your gender. This is the simulation mode. In the same year, we also got Need for Speed V-Rally, which is a fake game, because in Europe it was just called V-Rally, but when EA localized it to the US, they called it Need for Speed V-Rally, even though it plays nothing like Need for Speed. Then, V-Rally 2 came out, and was called V-Rally 2 in Europe, and Need for Speed V-Rally 2 in the US, except for the Dreamcast version, which was called Test Drive V-Rally. Test Drive, of course, being another racing franchise in direct competition with Need for Speed, made by the Need for Speed people before the Need for Speed people made Need for Speed. Try to keep up. EA is really cool, and so from this point onward, Need for Speed became everyone's favorite, an annual release franchise. I'm sure everyone in Canada and Seattle were thrilled by this decision. By today's standards, Hot Pursuit might look a little like someone grabbed your glasses the funny way, but back in '98 when it came out on PC, it was one of the prettiest games ever. Look at these Spyro-looking ass colors. Also, the cops are back.
You're busted! Don't let me catch you!
High Stakes did a great job of building on the foundation of Hot Pursuit while adding several new features, such as vehicle damage, an actual campaign, and a high stakes.
Yo digo que no sé inglés y no entiendo nada de lo que dice. Solo entiendo que dice bla 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 bla. No quiero ofender a los que están acá viéndolo, pero es lo único que entiendo porque no entiendo nada. No sé inglés.
Where you can race other people, and whoever wins takes the loser's car. Forever. That's sick. Why would they drop that? Let me steal my friend's car. Next one's a big one for me. In Y2K, we got Porsche Unleashed. Not as cool a name as Motorstorm Apocalypse, but, I mean, you know, thanks for trying. Now this one is especially quirky in that, although 2 different developers have been working on the PC and PlayStation versions of the game separately for a while, this was the first time that the PlayStation guys instead handled the PC version. The PS game was actually outsourced to the guys who made V-Rally. The result is that these 2 games drifted into wildly different directions. Like with cars. They play nothing alike. The PC version is more of a Simcade title, whereas the PlayStation game was... What is happening? Borderline unfinished. These are not the same game. One of them is good. Nowhere are you told this information, and also the covers look exactly the same. To be clear...
Me acabo de dar cuenta que esto dura más que mi vida.
No contest. I'm gonna say it was the first real video game I ever played. Depending on your political beliefs, you might disagree with me on that, but whatever your vibe, I just find it charming as hell.
That's your first lap. You're in second place.
Speed 5 is one of the most Y2K-ass games you can play. It's up there with, like, Wetrix. Everything from the gameplay to the graphics to the music. Hell, even the UI, it all just screams fly, dope, hella, jiggy. These graphics are probably a large part of why I find classic game visuals so charming. I mean, look at this. Come on, that's genuinely pretty. Color choice and the composition here, just, beautiful. It's got some problems. Driving feels less like operating one of the most nimble.
Bueno, yo creo que vamos a dejar hasta acá el video. Después hago la segunda parte reaccionando a 2 videos más y ya. Después no voy a hacer nada, solo voy a subir shorts. Bueno, bye mis gatitos, que se me cuiden. Muchos besos.